I think this one's my least favourite piece so far, so I'm just going to be experimental and throw a bunch of stuff at it and then see what sticks, basically. I've already worked on these paintings a little bit, and today I want to add some more texture, and I think the main way I want to try and do that is with acrylic markers, acrylic paint pens. And I really like these Liquitex ones because they have a really wide nib. It's like 15 millimeters wide, and I have used these quite a lot in my large paintings, and especially like these for larger paintings because the nib is so wide, and proportionally that makes a more prominent mark, whereas on these they probably create quite a different effect because proportionally the painting is smaller and the nib is much larger. So we'll see how that works. I have used them a little bit in the past and I do really like them. So if you haven't seen the previous videos, I will link them down below. And I actually think I'm not going to start with the red because I want to start with a colour that's not really on here yet. Got a little bit of this pinky colour going on, but I'm going to add this lilac. And I've been really liking these kind of dotty marks. They're not just perfect dots, but just little organic patterns. Because they really remind me of pebbles by the beach. And all my work is sort of inspired by being by the sea. I also want to do some lines. And you can also use the side of these and create really thin lines rather than the chunky marks. I feel like this dark was a little bit too dark, so I'm just going over that. And let's use another colour. It's light blue. And I've also been enjoying this swirly texture lately again, and it kind of reminds me of pebbles by the sea and maybe the waves. Maybe I'll use a lighter one as well. You have to be a bit careful with these to not go over wet paint, because that will kind of clog up your nips really fast. I might just leave it there for now. This one's a lot more plain than the other one was. I think I'm going to use this burnt sienna. I have already got some burnt sienna marks here with, I think there was a neo colour. Possibly soft pastel, don't quite remember. I think I'll leave that to dry before I add some more marks because of what I said earlier about the nibs clogging when you go over. I really like the blue here. I always try and make blue paintings and I never end up liking them very much. So I always go back to the warmer colours. Let's try and maybe combine a few of these blue sections to make larger blue sections. And I'll add a little bit of this lilac before I let that dry as well. You know, I'm a big fan of Skillshare and have been taking classes on their platform since probably 10 years ago. It's just such a great all-in-one place to learn whatever subject you're into at that moment. And Skillshare is kindly sponsoring this video. Lately I've been loving Jai Johnson's class Tiny Abstracts Create Mini Paintings with a Limited Palette.
It's similar to an exercise I like to do to explore colours and compositions in a really playful and low-risk way. You basically paint lots of tiny paintings at once without knowing what the final pieces are going to look like, which takes off a lot of the pressure of trying to create the perfect painting. You'll enjoy this class if you have never painted abstractly before, and I find it's also a great way to loosen up if you've been painting for a long time already. Skillshare is the best place to learn a creative skill or pick up a new hobby. If you're looking to reconnect with your creativity, Skillshare is where humans come to learn from other humans. The first 500 people to use my link in the description will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare.
I do like the softness in here, but I feel like it needs something to contrast that softness. So not everything's kind of the same. I already have some yellow here, which I like. So go into that a little bit more. This is a light pink, which will probably just add a little bit more texture to the pink area that's already here. Just a bit more dimension. This here feels very flat in terms of colour. Let's try this orange. And I'll add some of this burnt sienna as well for a little bit more darkness and definition. And I'm intentionally adding more texture now than I actually want, because I will go over with some calmer areas again later, where the textures will just kind of peek through. On this one, I already really like the simplicity, but I do want to add a bit of something. And again, I can just go over it again later. And I can even just enhance the bits that are already there. Like there's already bits of yellow that I could make a bit more intense. I'll highlight some of the purple by putting a yellow next to it as a complementary colour. And I'd rather go a little bit too far and then take it back later than keep it safe and boring. Now back at this first one, I already like a lot here. Maybe I'll also go in with some of this red. And I'm already taking back some of the blue that I put here by going over with some red, where there's red underneath, then I added blue and just adding a bit of red back over, but overall that adds so much more interest than if I hadn't done that, or if I'd just done smaller bits of the blue. I think I want to put something completely different on here. Maybe not the dark blue, but possibly the light blue, and maybe then some of the purple, which is a little bit more similar to these colours. And I'm probably, again, going to take this back later, but it will just peek through a little bit as something different. Now I'm adding some of this lighter pink, mainly into the areas that are already a bit lighter, just to add some texture, but also going over the darker areas a little bit, just so it is cohesive. Now I think I will have to add more texture to this and then take it back again. I do like the overall softness and calm that's in here, but that doesn't mean that I have to keep it in this particular way. It also means that I recognize that that's what I like, so I can then put that back in later. So I can go over it, add some more interest, and then make it this kind of calm feeling again after, on purpose, if I now recognize that that's what I like in it, but I don't like it as it is. So we'll add more texture, more marks, more interest, and try and stay loose, not overthink it too much. But there is also a chance that as I'm making this a more energetic piece in the meantime, I actually really like this at the end and prefer that to the calm feeling, so I might keep it, which is actually what happens most of the time. Most of the time I don't go back to what I liked about it originally. Something new is happening with the piece that I hadn't foreseen and that I actually prefer. And then it might actually, how many times can I say actually? It might be that in a future piece I want to bring this back in that I saw in this one piece. So it doesn't have to be the same piece where I bring this feeling in that I liked. I think this one's my least favorite piece so far, so I'm just going to be experimental and throw a bunch of stuff at it and then see what sticks, basically. Which is probably the best place to be in, because you can just have fun with it without worrying that you're going to mess something up. Needs a few light bits as well. I think I'll also add some lighter bits here where it's already light. I really want to disrupt this a little bit, so I might actually, let's just go for it. So it's getting a bit too tight here, and I can always go over it and kind of take it back, but just adds a bit more dynamic for now. If you want to see how I started those paintings, I'll link the playlist down below for you. And if you actually want to maybe get into painting yourself, or you haven't painted for a while, then I've got a free guide which is called The No Pressure Path to Painting, and I'll link that down below for you. Until next time, thanks and bye bye.